Hey, Gabriel here from AI Coach Box, and today I want to take you inside Nano Banana, not to do image creation, which that could be a whole nother video, but something that a lot of people that I've talked to haven't really touched on yet, but is a really cool feature inside Nano Banana, which is building little mini apps. And in this case, we're going to build a few mini apps that might be relevant for business because, hey, I am all about using AI that actually works and helps you work smarter, not harder. So I want to show you just a few different prompts that I came up with the help of ChatGPT to create 3 different little mini apps and how you can mess around with this yourself inside Nano Banana to create something that works for you. So let's go inside Nano Banana. Here we are in the user interface here. And if you come over here, you can see on the sidebar, the chat is where you do image generation, and maybe you've already messed around with that. But today we're going to be focusing on this one, which is called Build. So when you click Build, you're going to see that you can actually build little mini apps inside directly in the user interface here. So they've got some that you can play around with that other people have made. They're kind of fun, gives you some inspiration and some ideas of what you can do. But I wanted to create some that might be relevant for a coaching, consulting, education business or something like that. So I have 3 different prompts that I use, and I want to show you what I was able to build with these in a matter of minutes and just a little bit of tweaking back and forth to get it to work more the way I wanted to. And it's not perfect. And if I wanted to really use this for my own business, then I would probably make sure that my branding is incorporated and all of those things, which you can do. But for this purpose, I just want to show you how to go about building something. Okay, so I've got a few prompts here that I use. So the first one we're going to look at is an AI ad creative generator app. And I worked with ChatGPT to get the prompt, and then I copied and I pasted it right into here, and it built me an app. So let's go down here to my apps that I've built, and let's find that one so we can just see what it looked like. I just built this today. Again, literally this is just like minutes, and it already came up with something here. So what you can do here is you can upload a logo. So let's do that. All right, so I've uploaded my logo, and then you can paste your own brand colors here. So I'll do that very quickly. You just click right under and remove the one that's in there and paste the new one. Now, that's only 3 colors. If you wanted to add more, of course, you can. This is the other thing. You can just chat with it back and forth right here, and it'll make any changes that you want to make. So we've got 3 colors. We've got the logo. And then down here, we've got an optional area for inspiration. So to give it a little bit more context about your design style or what you like, you can upload something here. So I'm going to upload a mood board that I created. Okay, so I've got my mood board in there. Now we've got the ad details. What do we want this to say? So let's say I want to say, future-proof your coaching business. And then brand personality, we could say innovative. Actually, I think I had this in here earlier, so we'll do that. Innovative, luxury, modern. Audience description. So who am I going to be speaking to? Established coaches, consultants, and creators who want to evolve their business model to meet the AI era. And then I'm just going to click generate ads, and let's just see what we get. So we've got a few different little ad creatives here. Looks like more backgrounds. If anything, it took the inspiration from my mood board. It says future-proof your coaching business. Puts a logo in there. So you could like put this into Canva and do something with it. Again, you can add style options. We could change the aspect ratio. Anything you really wanted to do in here, you just have a chat with this thing and go back and forth with it. So that's one kind of a cool little thing. And then let's check out one of these other ones. Let's do this marketing campaign mock-up. So really quickly, I'll show you the prompt. And the prompts for these are available in our Future Proof community. And there's a link below if you want to join us in there. And all of these prompts will be in here for you to just copy and paste. But basically this one, we're going to ask it to create campaign mock-ups. So here's the prompt for this. And this is really cool if you have an actual product like e-commerce. But even if you don't, for those of us that, are in a service-based industry, you can do a course screenshot, a logo, an app screen, a PDF cover. So whatever it is that whatever product you want to market, you're going to upload. So this is build me an interactive app called Marketing Campaign Mockups. So you're going to upload something, and then we can have the optional text input. We can choose what kind of a vibe we want. And of course, this is just a prompt that ChatGPT gave me. You can take something like this and totally make it your own. Outputs, tells it what to give us on the output and then the basic goal. So that's the exact prompt that I used to build this one, which is this marketing campaign mockup. So let's try this in action. So you can see here, you can upload your files. Go ahead and upload kind of like a laptop mockup for future-proof our community. Okay, so I've got that in there, and then let's make a tagline. The evolution, let's say the AI evolution for coaches. We'll just say that. Okay, and then we're going to choose what ratio we want this to be. So for this one, I think I'll choose a landscape, and let's see what we get. All right, so it's completed. So let's just take a look at these. These don't really look like landscape size to me. The images are pretty cool. Like there I'm on a big billboard. Here I am on a cell phone. This is just kind of like a social media post. That's pretty good. But let's see if we can troubleshoot. Now this is actually good because we can kind of see in real time how to troubleshoot something when it doesn't give you the expected response right away. So we'll give it a second. Let's see if we get a square. I have a feeling that we won't get a square. Yeah, exactly. We didn't because it's stuck in this mode. So what we want to do is just tell it that the output is not adjusting the aspect ratio. I'll spell it out. Aspect ratio chosen. It's always the same size. We'll do that, and then I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to fix that. So I'm going to pop back out here and talk about this for a minute, because what's really cool about this is if you spend a little time with it and you come up with an idea that's really relevant for your business, you can actually just deploy the app right there in Nano Banana. And you might have to sign up for Gemini API key and put your billing information in there, but it's very inexpensive to use. As a matter of fact, I did have to do that as I was testing and building a whole bunch of things today, but it's very inexpensive to use. And then you can link this into your work dashboard or wherever you're going to use these things. You can share it with clients if you want to build something that works for your clients. Just so many options. So let's go back and see what happens. So it says that it's done. Of course, let's see, move my face. It's frustrating when the output isn't quite right. Great catch, the issue's twofold. I'll make 2 adjustments to fix this, and then it makes the code adjustments here. So it should be fixed. The problem is we have to upload everything again. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got that in there. And actually, I forgot there was this drop down where you can give it a vibe. So we're going to go lifestyle personal. I don't know if it's going to change it much or not. Let's try landscape, and let's see if we actually get an accurate presentation size. 16:9 is your typical presentation slide size. Still not quite right. I would call these square. I like the designs. These are fun. Like this is a really cool little mock-up. So is this. I think this is amazing. So really the only thing we're having to tweak is the size. And so I would just go back and forth with this until we get it right. And let's see if we can download it. It's another thing you just want to check to make sure that your features actually work. And yes, it did. So there's the downloaded version of that. That's really cool. Heck, I might even use that. Anyway, so that one is the second one. So let's take a look at the third. The third was just a little bit of fun. I kind of wanted to give it a try. It was an idea that I came up with ChatGPT, and it is called the metaphor generator for storytelling prompt. So this is like build me an interactive app called metaphor generator for storytelling. So we want to be able to have an input where the user enters a business challenge or a theme like scaling without burnout or bridging traditional and AI processes, whatever it is. And then we wanted to create an output of 3 distinct visual metaphors for the input concept represented as images. And then it just kind of describes what kind of images to create. Again, this is all stuff that you can fine tune yourself, and you don't have to use this word for word. And just some content, creative variation requirement, and then the end goal. So that's the prompt that I used. And let's go in and see what it looks like to work with it. So we're going to come back to my apps and the marketing campaign. No, we did that. Metaphor generator storytelling. Okay, so we need to enter some sort of a business challenge, a theme, or an idea. So how about if we just go, business is a numbers game. You must be willing to fail many times before you succeed. Let's just see what it says. Generate metaphors. And then it's got a tone here, inspirational. I forgot to pull the drop down. We'll look at that when we're done here. But for this one, it's going to be inspirational. We'll see what we get. Oh, so this is what happens when you run out of credits. So you have to, I've already set up my API key. So I have to come over here and just turn this on. Done. Get rid of that and we'll try it again. All right, so we've got our images along with a little quote, which says, like this one says, like an alchemist, success comes after countless experiments. Each failed attempt is a step closer to the perfect formula. That's pretty good. And then this one, every attempt is a star. Connect enough of them and even the failed ones, or connect enough of them, even the failed ones, and a magnificent constellation of success will emerge. That's pretty cool. A masterpiece isn't born perfect. It's revealed through countless chips and discarded pieces, each bringing it closer to form. What I really liked about this one is not so much the pictures. They're okay, but they're nothing special. But really these quotes are pretty cool. Like you could actually create your own social media posts using these kind of quotes. Basically, you give it a theme or idea, and then it spits out something that sounds like a great metaphor. So that was inspirational. Now, if we were to do artistic and use the same one, let's see what changes here. I don't know if it's going to change the pictures, the quotes themselves, or both. Okay, so yeah, I feel like we got a little bit more of an artistic output for the pictures, and it also changed the quotes. Many failed experiments contribute to the single successful formula. Each attempt refines the process. Countless imperfect brushstrokes lead to the eventual profound mastery of a single perfect form. And endless waves sculpt countless stones, preparing the way for the occasional perfect shell to be revealed. So both the pictures and the text changed with the artistic tone. So anyway, there's just a few examples. Again, the prompts are inside the Future Proof community. We do a lot of other trainings in there. It's about evolving your business model and using AI the smartest way possible to help you work smarter, to deliver better results for your clients, and make sure that you stay relevant in the age of AI. So if you found any value in this, don't forget to hit subscribe and like, and drop a comment. What do you want to see next?